Hi guys, it's me Danielle Danibuttons, and I'm here today to share with you a cool website that I found. Now, I don't think I'm the first person to find this website, so maybe you guys already know about it, but I don't know if I've heard about it from anyone on coloring. I kind of found it by accident. I was just looking up color palettes. I think I was Googling something or Pinteresting something. I don't know. This even potentially came up as an ad for me, and I tried it, and I think it's really cool, and I wanted to share it. It is a website and also an app called Coolors.co. So COOLORS.co. Obviously, I'll have it linked down below. But basically, it is a website that generates color palettes, and it seems super cool, and it's super random. So if you like to do random palettes, especially for things like mandalas, I just think it would be a lot of fun. So I actually did a screen recording for the first time, and I'm going to insert that to show you what the website is about. So let me insert that here. Okay, so this is the first time I'm ever trying something like this, so I don't really know what I'm doing. But basically, I am going to try to show you what I'm seeing on my screen. I'm going to go to the website I found, colors.co, and basically it's a super cool website. Hopefully you're seeing it, and you can make different palettes. So I am just using the free version. I think there is also an app. So you go to start the generator, and there's a palette right there waiting for you. Since this is the free version, there's like tons of advertisements, but whatever. But all you have to do, like obviously they just give you the names and numbers, and you can do that. Or you just press spacebar and it gives you a new one. So gives you a whole bunch of new ones. And then let's say I'm like, oh my goodness, I absolutely love this color. It's my favorite color. You could lock that one into place and press spacebar, and it changes everything else. And then you find one you like, and that's what you do. So let me unlock that. I think there's even like more cool stuff, but I don't know. You can like pick to remove a color, view different shades of that color, save it to favorites. That's the other fun thing is like, let's say I really love this. I'm going to save this one. I'm going to call it Circus. That's it. So obviously if I was trying to get more intense with it, I could do even more than this, but it's saving very slowly. Come on. Cool. So then you can see, like in my account, I've saved 3 so far. Just the first ever try, and one that I called purple, and I'm not sure why, and then this circus one. But it's just so fun because you could either just keep pressing space until you find one you like, or again, like you can lock some in. So I actually really like this one too. I think I just like purple. I'm not going to save that one. So let's press space a little bit until we find what we want to do for a mandala. Ooh, I like this one. This one's like unique. So what I like to do with my mandalas is I'll do 3 colors in marker and then 2 in glitter. And I don't know why I'm being drawn to this one. I don't usually like the color red, but I'm not sure if I like this essentially white one. Let's see if I can just pick it's green? That's not what I was expecting. Interesting. I still don't like it. All right, space, bye. Keep going. So another thing I do is like I'm trying to use up my specific set of markers. So what I would do is like I do my random space, and I'm like, okay, I have these 3 colors, and then I'll lock them into place, and then I'll pick 3 different, like pick 2 different ones until I find ones that make sense. Ooh, I like that too. That's really dark though. Ooh, this one's fun. All right, let's do this one. So now I'm going to actually color this with you together. So hopefully I have figured out how to edit. That's why, hopefully. So cool. So there you go. Isn't that really cool? I'm excited. So I picked out my palette. That's essentially step 1. Then step 2 for me is I'll take out my color chart book and I'll try to match it up. Like I said, I personally like to do 3 alcohol markers and 2 glitter gel pens. So I use the Color It glitter gel pens as my primary gel pen. So usually I'll match these first because overall I have less colors of these, and I'll pick 2 that match, and then I'll go to either the Cali Arts or the Tau Trees and see what I have that matches there. So I did that. So I took this out, and honestly, I don't know if I match 100%, but I just try my best, and it's all for fun anyway. So these definitely look good together. So here are those 5 colors in the order that they appeared. My blue is the farthest off. It's called Sea Green Crayola on the screen, and mine is a little too dark of a green, but we did the best with what we could. And I also found out that I don't think I have any white Post-it notes or white, like any type of tabs. So this is the example on yellow. So it's probably not exact, but that's okay. So I figure let's do a mandala together. Here they are. Also, the first one is called Coquelicot. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I think that it is orange leaning instead of straight up red, so I picked an orange one. But what can we do? So anyway, this is 100 Beautiful Mandalas by Camelia and Jakova. It is one of my 10 books to finish, and I probably have the most left to do in here. I've done like 70 of these, but that still leaves 30 more. So let's get one done. I also figured this is a good time to do this because it's like March Mandala Madness. So let me pick some colors and get moving, and then we will get to chatting. So if you have seen me color mandalas before, you will also know that I start on the inside and work my way out. And I basically will put my markers next to me in order. So now that this one goes to the back of the line, and I'll kind of just do what I think I need to do. Sometimes I'll obviously mix them in, and then basically at each step I'll decide what I need more balance of and go from there. I also do not fill in every little space. I've tried it once or twice and it's not for me. I don't know, I just can't really get the hang of that down. That throws off my attempts at balance. And again, for balance, 5 colors is my magic number with the 2 and the 3. Odd numbers are just more like they draw your eye in more. So, or at least that is what I have learned from years of scrapbooking. Whether it's true, who knows, but that's what I do. But yes, I figured March Mandala Madness, good time to get a jump in this book. I'm pretty sure, no, I did it last February. Last February, I did one of these pages every single day for the entire month, and that was a huge challenge. That's a big portion of why I have so much of this book done, but that I think also burned me out on this book. So I figure let's just do a few every month and try to get this done. I also just do think that mandalas are a fun way to do tons of different themes. Like I love to do ones based on Disney characters. I did a bunch of those in the beginning. Obviously, I love to do monochromatic ones, and I'll do a lot of those types of pages. So, and that's my favorite thing about mandalas, and specifically Camelia mandalas. I did a video on that too. I did a video where I used the exact same 5 colors, and I just did 2 pages in a row, and they looked completely different because of like the balance of the colors, and obviously the designs are different, but I thought that was a fun, cool experiment. All right. Sometimes when I start off, I'm like, ooh, I don't like the balance, like I want more green, but then I'll just put more green later. Like it's of course not gonna look balanced when there's just the tiniest bit right there, but hopefully it will all come together in the end. I have also found that you really can't go wrong with Camelia mandalas, that usually they do all come together. So let's see. Yeah, so let me know if you try out the website. I just think it's fun. Like a lot of times I'll go to Pinterest and I'll like look for specific themes. So I'll say, oh, winter palette or candy palette or whatever that may be. And obviously that's fun too. But this is like super random. But I don't know. I don't trust myself to do the just like pick the 5 random ones, because I know that I would get annoyed. Like if I picked 3 oranges or something, I'm sure it would still look okay, but I wouldn't love it. So I feel like this gives me a good even match. I don't know. I'm just talking at this point. So, but that's where I'm at. So, all right. I guess onto the chat. It's been a little bit. I was hoping to be filming more this month, but it just wasn't working out. So, again, we're going to try to get into it, push through, get more videos out, but I figure you don't want videos of me sounding sad, so that's why we postponed a little bit. Can you see everything good? I think so. I don't know how much we're gonna get done on camera, but hopefully we're gonna try. So what else was I gonna say? I placed a Amazon Japan order yesterday, I think it was yesterday, for the new Eerie book and some Disney books. I might have a haul coming up because I don't think I've had a haul besides my Disney haul yet this year. So I have been doing really great with not purchasing. Basically, if you have not seen, my credits that I'm imposing upon myself this year is I get essentially 1 emergency credit a month. So like basically if Camellia comes out with a new book, I'm letting myself buy that day one kind of thing. But other than that, I'm trying to keep it to I earn 3 credits every book I finish. And yesterday, this is actually yesterday, I ended up finishing my 3rd book of the year. So I technically have 9 credits, but then I just bought 3 from Japan. So I have 6 credits that I can just buy any 6 books that I want. And I'm having trouble deciding if I want to save them or spend them. I'm definitely, I don't want to say definitely. I'm going to try to save at least 3 of them. But I've been just itching to shop. So we'll see. And I'm not doing any restrictions on like supplies because I'm not really a supply buyer anyway. I did just buy, that sounds like, oh, I'm not a supply buyer, but I did buy. I mean, I do it so irregularly that it's all fine. You know what I mean? Like my personal style is not buying the newest marker every time it comes out. If that works for you, perfect. But I have reached capacity of my space. So I did just buy some paint pens. I have been seeing all over people using acrylic paint markers to do the outlining in the Disney books. So I figured I would give it a try, and I actually had some paint pens already, like the sets, and I kind of loved it. And it helps because once the paint is dry, whatever markers you put next to it will not bleed. And since you have to use water-based markers, sometimes they will bleed against other water-based markers. So I decided that I would buy a pack of just black paint markers to use for outlining. And I did that. I just bought the Arteza. It's like a 12 pack for 15 bucks or something. I'll show you in my haul whenever that gets here. And what was I gonna say? The only downside that I'm seeing so far is they're super skinny markers. Like, I'm very surprised at the size of them. So I'm kind of doubting how much paint they will hold. So we're gonna see. I've been trying to color a bunch of my Disney pages to kind of give them a test. So, and then I ended up doing a whole page in paint markers with the set I already had. And I have come to the conclusion that I probably only like using the paint for the black outlines, just because the bigger the space and the lighter the color, the harder it is to get good coverage. So, yeah. And also, again, I don't want to just be running through the ink fast. So that's where I'm at with that. What else is new? Oh my goodness. All right. So I am basically unable to walk today. I just restarted. I don't know if anyone's heard of this game, played this game, knows somebody who's played this game, but it is Ring Fit Adventure for the Nintendo Switch, and it is essentially an exercise game, and it is no joke. There's different settings, of course, and you can make it easier or harder, but my main form of exercise is walking. So whenever I try a new leg exercise for the first time, like in a long time, because we've done other exercises in our lifetime, but we don't regularly do anything but walking. So this game is basically you put one of your, if you have a Switch, you know that it's got 2 Joy-Con controllers. So you put one Joy-Con in this legitimate ring handle thing, and you put one Joy-Con around your leg, like in a strap that gets attached to your leg. And you walk in place to make your character walk on the screen. So that's super cool. And then the other Joy-Con is in the ring thing, and you like push the ring and pull the ring and do all these exercises with the ring. And that's how you're doing the workout. So instead of running in place, since I technically, like, my living room is on the 2nd floor and my dad is downstairs, I have put it on silent mode. So instead of jogging in place, you're essentially like squatting to make your character move. Oh my gosh, I did so many squats. I only played for like half an hour. I was like, this is just day 1. Let's take it easy. But there were so many squats because that's how you make your character move. And then also in the game, you like battle different bad guys and you battle them by doing exercise moves. And since I just restarted, I have previously gotten to like level 204, and I apparently put 22 hours into the game when I first played, but I was like, I'm going to start from scratch. This is like a new health journey. Let's start over. So I started over, and the first move you get is squats. And this time you can tell it like how intense you want your workout to be, and I foolishly told it intense. So it's having me do like 18 reps per monster or like per attack. So I was doing like 18 squats per monster, and I was like, ugh. I only lasted that half an hour. Sorry, interrupted. Yes, okay. I ended up finishing that circle just so that I would get minimal streakage. So, now I don't even know what I was talking about. Squatting. So much squatting. Yeah, so it's a lot of squatting. And I'm not used to the squatting. And anytime I do a leg workout for the first time, essentially, after a long break, I am incapacitated for the next 2 days. So, on day 1 of incapacitation. It's so crazy, though. I mean, obviously, like, it makes sense. Like, the muscles, I understand. But tomorrow, I probably also won't be very good. But then Saturday, I'll be able to do the whole workout again. And then I won't hurt this bad. So I just got to get through these 2 days. But it's so funny because I was like, Sam, don't let me fill my water. I can't be hydrated because I don't want to have to use the bathroom and sit up and stand up and sit down. Like, I was like, please don't make me move. And then anytime you want me, I'm like, just roll me into the other room. But, yeah, I'll be fine soon. But for now, whew. But I'm very excited to play again because it's, in general, a very fun game. Like, you really can play for like an hour and not notice. But your body notices after. Like, my arms also hurt because the other move, basically, there's 4 types of moves. There are leg moves, arm moves, core moves, and what's the 4th move? Yoga. So you start with one of each, and I almost never do the core ones because a lot of them are like laying on the floor and doing leg lifts, and I'm not about that life. But I tried it once, and I just like, not in shape enough yet. Hopefully by level 204. But the arm move that came, so the leg move that came with it was the squats. The core move was like, you had to pull your knees to your chest. I don't know what it was called, like knee lifts. That was, oof. The arm move was overhead presses. So you had to like put both hands over your head straight up and then squeeze this ring in. And again, you're doing it and you're like, oh, this doesn't feel like anything. But today I'm like, oh my gosh, my arm. And then the yoga move was the chair pose. So you kind of like squat as if you were sitting in an invisible chair, and then you have to like slowly lift your arm up and down. So as you continue through the game, you unlock more moves, and it's just fun. Like, it's surprisingly fun. I probably stopped because I was almost done with it, and I almost beat the game, and I have trouble finishing things. I don't know why. It makes me sad to finish video games because then they're over, and that's obviously very stupid. But that's what happened here, so I decided to just start over. So there's also, like, you can, like, make smoothies, and they give you different power-ups, and, like, you just don't think it's fun, but it's fun. So hopefully I'll be better enough to play again either tomorrow or Saturday. I'm filming Thursday night, and I'm just excited to give it another shot. I'm ready to start a new, like, health journey. In fact, my dad was, like, on the verge of buying a treadmill today. So we are very impulsive as a group. I was going to say a group. Sam is not impulsive. Sam is anti-impulse. It's probably a good quality to have, but, like, he goes to buy new shoes, and he sits and researches and looks up reviews on the shoes and tries on every shoe in the store. Whereas my father and I, we are just like, nope, let's go. You want shoes? You have 10 minutes. Pick shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're quick. But the downside is we make crazy thing purchases quick. Like, I remember this was in, I think, 2012. And my dad drove us to the city to see a Broadway play because he works in the city at the time, and we didn't want to take public transportation. We live about 15 minutes from the George Washington Bridge, so it's not like, oh, we made him drive us 2 hours away. No. Public transportation is not my jam. So Sam and I went to this Broadway play, and he went to, like, do something for work, and then he was going to come back and get us. His work thing got canceled. He's like, I have 2 hours while they're in the play. I'm going to buy an iPad. So, like, he just, like, went out and bought an iPad. You know what I'm saying? Like, once we get this idea, we roll with it. So he's very near buying a treadmill, and it will probably happen in the upcoming weeks. I'm potentially going on a surprise vacation in the upcoming weeks. I will tell you more about it when it is locked into place. And it's, like, so soon that I'm almost going to start panicking that I'm not ready yet, because though I will book things quickly, I like to have a long time to prepare for them. So that's that on that. Why was I talking about this? I don't know where this came from. That I almost got a treadmill? Oh, that I'm happy to be on a health journey? Yeah. So the reason we did not get the treadmill today is because we need to finish, like, fixing up the garage, because that's where it would be. We actually have a lot, well, not a lot, over the many years of trying and failing different health journeys, we have amassed a few different exercise bits that are all in the garage. But obviously, or I don't know if it's obvious to everyone, we have never been a park your car in the garage family. We've always been a storage in the garage family. So our garage is a little bit full right now with stuffs. So we need to reorganize the stuffs, and then we might get a treadmill. So I'm really hoping we do. I love treadmills. Like, that is the one thing I wish we had. We have an elliptical, and the elliptical is fun. But for me, I could probably just stand on that treadmill and just go for hours and hours and hours. And that elliptical, you cannot. So I'm hoping that we get it, and then we're going to try to, we have, like, an extra television that we're going to hopefully mount in the garage, and we'll just put, like, a Roku stick or something out there. So I'm hoping that I can spend some time out there. And the only problem with the garage is that it's not temperature regulated, which, could be problems. But the house has always kept the right temperature, so hopefully that'll kind of leak out there maybe. I don't know. We got to give it a shot. In the winter, just put a space heater while you're out there. I don't know. How do we think this is coming? Now I've stopped this video like 10 times, so I have no idea how close I am to 30 minutes. I don't think I'm going to make the whole thing on camera. Also, I'm looking at my palette. It is definitely a little bit off from what I ended up doing. So, what balance do we need? What are we thinking? I'm gonna do more blue. I wish that I had the blue farther in, but there's just nowhere else to put it. So I'm gonna do it out here. And I think I'm gonna do it here, and then I wanna go heavy on the blue for this tier and see what happens. So I'm gonna do these lines of blue also. And this is kind of my method, is like I just, every layer make the decision. So, yes, that's my new health and fitness journey, because it's finally like being nice out. The time changed. I love the time change. I'm so excited that we might keep this time forever. I am team sunlight at night. It's so funny because I saw people were like, well, if we keep the clocks this way, then in the mornings it'll be dark. And one, for me, I don't get up early, so that's not my problem. But two, this could be me being crazy. I think nighttime darkness is scarier than morning darkness. And I was telling Sam, I was like, I think it's my abandonment issues. And in the morning, you know the sun is coming, but at night, the sun is leaving. So that's scarier than when the sun is coming, you know? So I don't know, but like in the morning, it's just a whole different vibe in the dark than at night. So I want it to stay light later. The literal only downside is that every few years, my birthday falls on daylight savings and it's 25 hours long. So, but I can deal with my birthday being the regular 24 hours if I get more daylight. Whew. Oh, today is St. Patrick's Day as I'm filming. Happy St. Patrick's Day if that is something that you would like to hear, if you celebrate in any way. I only celebrate by pinching. So today, Samuel is not wearing green, so I've been pinching him all day long. And for some reason, he doesn't just change his shirt. So I'm going to continue to pinch him until midnight. And I was pinching noodles. I took like a little Snapchat video of me pinching noodles and sent it to my cousins. I obviously don't pinch her hard. I don't think anyone thinks I do, but just in case. My cousin's like, does she like being pinched? And I was like, no, but she's not wearing green, so she has to deal with the consequences. And she's like, oh, you're right. That's right. So it was funny. I couldn't find, I think she has a green bandana, but I couldn't find it. I almost put her watermelon bandana on because at least it has like a stripe of green, but I'd rather just pinch her. So she's funny. We're getting to the season where we'll put her in the backyard and she will refuse to come inside. So that's fun. And we've been playing Egg Hunt, which is legitimately my favorite thing. And basically 2 years ago, yes, we ended up getting her a set of plastic Easter eggs. I think I showed it in a video. No, I think I put it in a video on Patreon. But we got a set of plastic Easter eggs and we put a treat in each egg. And then we hide the eggs in the yard. And she goes and finds them. And it's the best thing I do. I love it. Obviously, she loves to get the snacks. But I just love watching her, like, traipse around. Because it's so cute. You'll see her looking. And then you can tell the second she finds it. Because she, like, perks up and hops over there. And it's super cute. So, that's the game we play in the spring. I got her new set of eggs. And we're ready to rock and roll. But I think that might be it. Should I finish on speed color? I don't know. That's so much fancy editing for one video. Hopefully the other voiceover worked with the video. I tested it, so it should work. But that might be it for me. How about I will post my finished page on Instagram when I finish. Does that sound cool? So, yeah. Let me know, have you ever heard of this website? Hopefully, my biggest fear is that, like, somebody else has made this video and I just either didn't see it or, like, subconsciously don't remember. But I don't think I've seen anybody talk about this. I think I just Googled something randomly and found it. But hopefully it is useful to other people. Again, I think there's also an app. I don't know what the space bar is. If you do it, maybe there's a button that's just like generate. That makes sense. So let me know what you think. If you're going to try it out, what you think of my mandala. This will be page 69 in this direction, but then I also did like 20 in the other direction. So we're doing good. We're rolling. I'm excited to get this whole book. Like, how fabulous is that going to be when I get this whole book finished? Whew. It's been so fun to be finishing up books specifically because obviously, like, it's fun to just color whatever you want. It's fun to have hundreds of books and color in all of them. I love all of that, but it's so satisfying to go like this and like every page is done and just turn them and they're all filled in. Like, how cool, how exciting, how fun. So that's what I've been doing, and that's it for me for now. So if you made it here to the end, I guess our word is just going to be palette. I never know which way is the right way to spell it. So whatever way you want to spell it works for me, or even that little like palette, paint palette emoji, that works for me too. I see the way they're spelling it on the screen. So bonus points if you spell it the way they spell it. That's one of those things. I never know which one's which. Like, I know they mean different things, but I don't know which one. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if you liked it. Comment down below anything you want to comment in our secret word palette. Subscribe if you haven't. I'm a fun time, and hopefully I'll be back very soon with a new video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, friends.